Jay and Adam. It's preview.
Hey, welcome to Preview with Adam and Jay.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay.
Today we're going to react, review, riff, and maybe rate the first season of The Boys! Holy crap, you guys! Oh boy! I finished it this morning. Jay finished it a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Holy god, it's really good!
Yeah. Not since the first episode of the first season of Stranger Things have I just mainlined a series. I started the first one, I was like, uh-oh, looks like I'm not going to bed till 4 a.m. tonight. I was like, woo! Like it was an EpiPen of the season 1 of The Boys. Just go!
Like a little compound V right to the veins! By the way, spoilers right off the bat, because how can we not? You should have seen it by now.
Yeah.
The
Why
show
would you be watching this?
Is so good. Is so good. Alright, so let's start at the beginning. This thing, I remember the comic book back in the day, in that it caused a lot of controversy for a lot of the violence and stuff that was happening in the book. I never read any of the books, I just know that there was a lot of stuff, bad stuff that happened in the first arc.
It's really gritty.
And holy crap, I actually talked to a friend of mine who had read the books, and the Starlight incident with the Deep was much worse in the books. Because there were more people involved, and it wasn't just what she did, it was all the things. It was very, very bad, very upsetting. So I'm glad they toned that part down, because I don't think it didn't need to be as horrible.
They toned down a lot of stuff, but also at the same time left some of the stuff just as upsetting as it is in the book.
Ah, okay.
Because I only read the first arc of
Oh,
the
you did?
Boys.
Okay.
I only read up until where really this movie starts, kind of. Because they don't really get to the Starlight stuff until later on.
Oh, okay.
In the book.
Interesting.
Or if I'm thinking of it, it's told out in a different order in the book. So let's put it that way. So I was kind of like, oh, I actually don't know how this ends.
Ah, gotcha.
But
dude, his girlfriend getting gushed. Yeah, that was in the trailer, and we reacted to it appropriately in the trailer. But holy crap, seeing it with full-on context and Huey, oh my god, if there is not a more relatable character than Huey.
Yeah.
Of just God, you are the most underdog of all underdogs. You have no chance at this. And but you somehow need to murder all of these people.
Yeah.
Because they're all horrible except Starlight. Oh my god. I mean, I actually got my girlfriend to watch, to get into it immediately, to go watch some of this together. And I told her that if she were ever to be gushed in a situation like this from a superhero, I would turn Lex Luthor in a second.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we're going on vengeance, murder spree of heroes immediately. Oh, especially as they find out, oh yeah, this whole thing is borked. Everyone's bad. There are no good people here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm all over the Lex Luthor trip. Oh man, in a heartbeat.
What I really like at the end of the day, I actually really like thematically how they ended the show. When the last episode came up and we saw that ending, I thought there was one more episode after that.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, oh, okay, cool, what's happening? And then it was like, no, this is over. And I was kind of mad. Because it was there was a lot of loopholes they kind of left open, a lot of stuff that they didn't really wrap up as well. But it did an amazing job of... I've never been more excited for a season 2 for something immediately while finishing season 1. Do you know what I mean? When they were they just ended it, and I was like, if you had season 2 ready right now, I would start it and probably hammer that too. And that doesn't happen a lot with these shows, because a lot of times, I don't know why I keep coming back to Stranger Things, but when those seasons end, I'm ready for them to be done. Yeah. I'm cool, I will catch back up with you. I look forward to it. But this show was I need to know now.
Well, by the end of it, everyone has come so far that Butcher's got such a hate boner for Homelander, and rightfully so.
Sure.
Because he raped his wife and then seemingly killed, they're responsible for her disappearance / death. And so, you need to murder this guy. I don't know how you're going to do it. I really don't. But yeah, I want you to figure it out because, yeah, this guy needs, and especially by the end, it's like, oh yeah, he's even a bigger dick than we realize because now he's seeded supervillains all over the planet and has made things exponentially worse. Yeah, this guy needs to go, but you can't. But, like, everyone's come so far. Like, even the Deep, like, wow. That nice comeuppance. It's not over yet by a long shot, but, like, yeah. I want to see you fall farther. A-Train's is basically dead at this point, having CPR done to him.
Oh, yeah.
I want to, but I'm most intrigued about Queen Maeve. Like, her journey of, like, kind of being, well, as she said in the last episode, like, I used to be the eager, plucky young girl who wanted to do the right thing, and I just sold all parts of my soul, and now I've nothing left. I'm just a broken shell. Don't change. You need to stay. You need to be the person you want to be.
That was a good moment.
That was a great moment. I'm like, oh, but is there hope for
it's
you?
Like, there's already one of me. Don't be me.
Like, oh, like, yes, she sat back and let bad things happen. On that plane scene it ripped my heart out, and lots of other people's hearts. There were many hearts ripped out in the show.
However, it was maybe the most compelling argument as to why there should be superheroes in the military, in that I was like, the only reason this is falling apart is because these two have not been formally trained about the proper rules of engagement in situations like this. I was like, if they had military training and how to deal with this situation, this would not have happened. Wouldn't have happened. And Homelander, you can pick that plane up.
Yeah, I mean, I get the argument. He was giving the actual argument of why superheroes can't lift a plane because of physics. That's the argument in real life physics. You wouldn't be able to do that, which is like, I appreciated his argument because, like, but you could try. You could try to maybe land it softer. You could try, but the thing was, I think his eyesight's not that great. His laser vision is always just off. It's like he's just moving and just isn't like, boop. It's always like, oh, I hit something else. Oops. Oh well. Like constantly.
Yeah.
Why do you just gotta? And also, are there no settings on those things? It's just
one thing
death.
I appreciated about it is that one thing that's always bothered me about Superman, his laser vision.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought the beams were too small. I was like, look, if it's gonna shoot out of your eyes, like they always just assume that like your pupils want to shoot anything. I was like, why not the whole? It's a whole eye. Like a whole eye diameter of beam.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a thicker beam.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's more realistic to me. I know we're discussing the realisticness of superpowers, but
that's what the show
it just felt more sad. I was like, ooh, that's a good beam. Good beam.
Oh, I mean,
dude.
The eye beams in the show are great.
When he grabs the baby.
But that baby scene, dude, which by the way, when it's like, oh no, they're in a hospital, oh, they're giving it to kids. Like I realized maybe 30 seconds before the kid showed up in the incubator, but like, oh, this is so good and so wrong. But that's so
I'm just
good.
saying.
It was so good.
I understand if...
Come on, baby, come on.
I understand how corrupting that superpower could be in that every time... Like when he had that baby and was like eye beaming those guys in half, I was like, that looks like it's really satisfying to do. I mean, I get it. That could probably corrupt me pretty quick if it's just like that cool to slice dudes with your laser vision.
This show did an amazing job of gushing people. Of just a lot of people got cleaved by lasers, and it wasn't cauterized. It was just goo.
It's a pretty accurate representation, I think, of what if superheroes were real, like how that would probably go down. Like the concept of it being a corporation and it being a big business and like all of that stuff and like them checking like polling data and focus groups on like what heroes are working and what aren't. I was like, oh, it's just show business, and that is 100% what it would be. Like I can't even, because like every time you see like like the Justice League, I'm like, who is paying for that big building? Who's paying for it? Who's paying for it? Nobody.
I know. Wayne Enterprises, Cord Enterprises, and the Queen Foundation.
No, it's not. There's no. If you are here's the thing. That may be in the fiction, but in the real world, there is no way the Wayne Corporation, a publicly traded company, is going to spend all of this money supporting the Justice League when it's not showing them any dividends.
You're right.
And
No,
if I
you're
were a
totally- you're
stockholder
totally
in
right.
Wayne, I would sell my stock. Because be like, look, they're just giving all this money to Superman. Don't get me wrong, happy for Superman. Happy to do it. Sounds great. However, it's not a smart investment. Now, what was the name of the corporation in
Voight.
The Voice? Voight?
Voight?
I'm invested in Voight, man. They know what they're doing.
Here's the thing. I
don't agree with their memes
at all.
But I mean, the stock keeps going up. You know what I'm saying?
This is what I truly appreciated about the show. In that having, granted, I know the book came out like 10 years ago or something like that, so it's a part of the journey. This information has been out there and it kind of has influenced other things that
Sure.
I've seen first before actually seeing this property.
Yeah.
But things like the boys and how the corporation's the thing that created superheroes, and they're the ones kind of in control of it. Whereas like My Hero Academia is like superheroes are a thing, and there's a school for them. Or One Punch Man is like there's a foundation or like a big government organization that runs all the heroes.
Yeah.
Like, as compared to like how DC does it, how Marvel does it, have all these grand.
Well, they tried to do it in Marvel, and they all fought about it.
That's exactly right. That's where I was going. I've seen these different philosophies of how superheroes would impact society. I think The Boys is really, really timely in the way it's being utilized now.
Only because the aspects of social media really actually make this property better.
Yes, it does.
You know?
And more sinister because it's being driven by social media.
Yeah, and also because there's certain things when I first read The Boys that I didn't believe that that's how it would be. But then, you know what I mean?
But then
Like,
we
they're
lived
like,
it.
oh, it's like fast people running a pay-per-view thing. I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I buy that. But like now, yeah, I'd buy that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the concept of like superheroes as... Because we have famous people who are famous for being famous now. You know what I mean? Like that's become the norm.
Mm-hmm.
And so the concept of superheroes being famous for being famous and not just being heroes, because the legality of like when she stops that girl from being raped and they're just like, this is like a legal nightmare. And I was like, this is the most screwed up part of, like that's the most screwed up scene in the whole movie to me, because she did the right thing.
She absolutely did the right thing.
And they're like, this is a legal nightmare. And my first thought was, I was like, yeah, that is a legal nightmare. And I'm like, no, that shouldn't be. That shouldn't be. But that is the reality of what we live in.
And it kind of
no good deed goes unpunished, man.
Yeah. The philosophy of the show is so timely, and that's what makes it so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. And I think the fact that the show's taken this long to come to TV and be made live action has really helped it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, when it first came out, I was like, okay, maybe sure. Because even like DC and Marvel, it has stuff where social media impacts storylines or people using apps and stuff like that. But it's never like part of the story. Like, kind of helps a little bit, but it's never like central to the problems of the universe. Mm-hmm. And this, it's so, the psychology of society is what makes this show fantastic.
Yeah.
Because it's more realistic, but not too realistic. Because sometimes like Heroes was like a little too realistic in how it was treating people's superpowers, and like this isn't as much fun. This is still really fun because there are still good people, like Starlight, and hopefully there are others out there. But to your point earlier about how we bringing up Civil War, like I was gonna say, this show is the perfect reason or the perfect argument for Cap. Because like, no, we can't have governments or people running stuff because this is what it would turn into. The heroes have to stay independent, and answer to their own stuff.
Yeah.
So you can't have a corporation dictating what they do. To have a government dictating what they do, because when outside influences impact on a hero, they can't do the right thing. Because if Starlight kept, I don't know her journey yet, but if she keeps doing the right thing and stopping attempted rapes, attempted murders, whatever, but there's a legality nightmare afterwards of like, well, you didn't follow proper procedure, whatever. It's like, but she did the right thing. Like, yeah, it would beat her down to be like Queen Maeve, and then what is she? She's not really a hero anymore.
Yeah.
And like, I can't believe the superheroes are fantastic, but it's the psychology of the show that's just so good.
It takes a really gritty product and gives us a gritty version of it, but this show goes just far enough. Like it pushes the envelope past the line, no doubt.
Yep.
But it doesn't. I was like, there were certain moments where I was like, they're gonna blow way past what I'm comfortable with right now, and I don't love it.
Which part was that?
Truthfully,
Sure.
the most upsetting part of the whole show was that he got in that water to be baptized with his phone in his pocket like an idiot.
Like an idiot.
Like an idiot. He was like, oh, my phone was in my pocket. I was like, you knew you were going in the water. You knew it.
Everyone else had
What
bags
are you
with clothes in
doing?
it. Yeah.
What are you doing? That was the whole plan. You had one job.
Mine was the poor dolphin.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah.
That sucked because again that part was in the trailer. I saw it, but we didn't know the deep was diving the thing. But that was a little bit in the trailer, but I didn't. But man, that was rough. That was hard to see. And then Kimiko getting gushed. But when the episode didn't, or sliced by the Dark Moor, that was good. That was good CG of her getting gutted.
I very much appreciate how little they developed Black Noir.
Yeah.
It was just like him playing the piano, and I was like, we don't know anything about this guy. Mm-hmm. And that's hilarious to me.
He's just really good with knives.
He's really good with knives. And I was like, man, I hope they expand him in the second season. I'm like, honestly, I hope they don't. I hope they just keep giving us little bits. Man, he really put a knife.
I think MVP of the season. Everyone did a fantastic job. Acting was superb across the board. But Elizabeth Shue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
yeah.
God. OG Buffy crushed it.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Holy crap.
They showed us a little too much of him burning her skull out, though. I was like, whoa, we're still, the shot's still on that? Okay. Yup.
Oh, he killed his mom. I can't wait to see where this show goes. I need it immediately. So many more people need their comeuppance.
Yeah.
So many more superheroes need to die. I don't know. Maybe we haven't met them yet. But people, the Deep needs more punishment. He needs...
I don't know. I kind of liked...
Did you?
I feel like he maybe got the worst punishment of all. He's in purgatory, dude. He's in not even that, but more it was... Well, that was honestly really screwed up.
It was.
Yeah, but he's nobody now.
Yeah. Well, maybe he got just desserts. Jake, how would you rate the first season of The Boys?
This one is getting 4 out of 4 awesome I-beams. Love it.
How would you guys rate this season? Let us know in the comments below, or hop our Discord channel where lots of fun, cool people are talking about lots of fun, cool stuff. We'd love to have you join the conversation. The link is down below in our description box. And while you're down there, please like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Do you do so well. Guacamole's extra, you righteously powered weirdos.
See you guys next time.
Bye.